Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, anywhere in the world. Today I'm going to show you how to refill a Canon ink cartridge that is freshly emptied. The tools that I'm going to use are this portable butane stove, some toilet papers, this color-coded syringe to avoid any mistakes during refilling, a plier, a nail, a cutter, the empty cartridge that we are going to refill, the colored rubber plugs, this of course the ink, the yellow, the blue or the cyan, the red or the magenta. Okay, if your printer ran out of ink, the best thing for you to do is refill it immediately, because the nozzles are gonna be still fresh with some inks still going out of it. In this case, I have already refilled this black cartridge way before, and I'm going to show you the puncture that I have made, and also this rubber plug. I hope you can see it, to cover the puncture. The sticker or the cartridge number that I removed here, I just stick here at the back for me to remember what type of cartridge I'm going to buy next time. I usually only buy empty cartridge, so I'm no longer gonna refill this one because I have already refilled it. Now in the case of the colored cartridge, this one has just been emptied. So if your cartridge has if your cartridge is freshly emptied, say a week or two, it probably is still fresh. How would you know if it's still fresh? Just swab it with the toilet paper, swab it like that, and if the three colors appear, it means still fresh. It would be much easier to refill this because still fresh. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we are going to remove this cover. I'll just use this cutter and remove the sticker label. Usually, as earlier said, I just put it at the back for me to easily identify it, what cartridge number it is. Now the next thing we're gonna do is we are going to puncture this cartridge here, here, and here because it has a three color. Okay, this is how I'm going to puncture this colored cartridge. I'll just use this plier and this nail and just hit it. When you see the nail turning red, you can start to puncture into this cartridge. This is much easier than using the manual puncher in punching this cartridge. Now the nail is starting to turn red. I hope you can see it. So first I'm going to puncture the chamber of the red color. This one. Okay, it's done. Let's hit this again. Let's turn it into red again. It probably will take maybe less than 20 seconds for the nail to turn red. Now I'm going to puncture the yellow chamber. This is the yellow chamber. Just be careful, because you might hurt yourself. Let's wait for another maybe only 10 or 15 seconds. I hope you can see it. Now let's puncture the blue chamber. Just like that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is to remove those excess plastic by using this cutter. And to remove them one by one. Okay, it's done. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to try to open this up a little more for this plug to fit in, because it's not going to fit in right now. So what I'm going to use is this cutter. Just try to widen the hole that we just made. Let's try if it's gonna fit. Not yet. Let's try it again. Okay, it fits. Let's do the same thing in the other two colors. Don't you worry about the small bits of plastics that make go inside, because there is a sponge inside and it will just stay on the upper part of the sponge. Okay, oh sorry, should be yellow. Yellow goes here, and then the blue. For those people who have been refilling their cartridges without any rubber plugs, there's a very big chance that you're going to mess up the ink refilling, because the most common mistakes are the blue one are being injected into the yellow and the yellow being injected into the blue one. That's the most common mistake. If that's the case, the output of your printout will turn blue-green. Okay, that's it. So now okay, Let's refill it. If you are going to refill, let's clean it first. You should only fill in up to 3 ml on the colored cartridge. The reason I put the inks in these bottles because it is much easier to suck out the ink than getting the ink from the original bottle. So there it is. We're going to just puncture it here, then slowly discharge the ink, just slowly, because it will be absorbed by the ink pad inside this cartridge. Okay, let's fill in the blue. As you can see, my syringe are also color coded because it makes life easier when refilling. Okay, I'm going to put it into the blue chamber, puncture it, then slowly put in the ink. Okay, sorry about that. Next is the yellow, still color coded syringe. Just color it with a permanent marker so that it doesn't get mixed up when you're refilling. It is much easier to refill freshly emptied ink cartridge because you don't need to soak the cartridge into a cleaning solution just to unplug it. Okay, that's it. Now what we're going to do next is to use a tissue paper and try to just clean it. Let's wait for a while because the inks will have to be absorbed by the ink pad before it reaches another filter and slowly drips down into this second chamber. The first chamber is where the ink pads are located. One here, and one here. As it is being absorbed by the ink pad, it is then transferred to another chamber, which is here, before it reaches the nozzles. Okay? Okay, the next thing we're going to do is to put it into the printer and see if it will be recognized. So let's to put this into this printer. The color goes on the left side. Push it down. Put the cartridge. Pull it up. Push it down. Put the cartridge and pull it out. Now let's wait if the printer would recognize the cartridges. Okay, the number 1 appears, means okay, since the printer has recognized the cartridges, the next thing that we should do is conduct a deep cleaning. How to do that without a computer is by pressing this maintenance button 3 times. Let's press it. 1, 2, 3. Letter Y would appear, and then press this green color button. What it would do is it will conduct a deep cleaning process, because we have just refilled the colored cartridge. We have to conduct a deep cleaning process for it. It's processing. This is how you do it without the computer. This is for the Canon E-series printers. Let's wait for it to finish the deep cleaning process. As you can see, it's still processing. Usually, deep cleaning process wastes lots of ink, but since we are just using refilled inks, it's not so much to worry about. Okay, it has finished deep cleaning. The next thing that we're gonna do is to print a test page. How do we do that? Let's press this maintenance button again 1 time. Letter A would appear, and then press the color button. That will do a test print. Let's wait for the test print results. Okay, this is the result of the test print. I already made the test print earlier, so this is the result of the test print. So that's how you do it. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something from it. I'll make a similar video about, another video about how to unclog a dried ink cartridge next time. Thank you for watching.